justice. We have to fight for every single step that we get.
We ain't made it that far. If we have not stopped her in protest, she would not be charged at all.
So never.
So there you get a sense of the outrage and the emotion outside that courtroom. And these are not family members of Botham Jean's, but these are people who have been impacted by similar cases. With his friends in a car, had no weapon, shot and killed. And this officer, convicted of murder also, got just 15 years. Take a listen to Roy Oliver describe why he shot this unarmed young man.
You admit that you killed him as a bystander?
He was a perceived threat at that time.
Perceived threat as a passenger in the car?
We're responding to gunshots to an active shooter. The car is being told to stop, be detained. The passenger was moving, making averted movements. Do not know what the passenger was trying to do or get.
Convictions, by the way. So what should change? What could change in our system? Let me bring back in my think tank. I'll begin in Dallas, Texas, with Chris Lewis. Should something change? Could there be a change to our system to give folks more of a sense of justice in cases like this?
No, Vinny, as you said, every one of these cases is different. And the folks that are protesting, I mean, their complaints, they're valid. I understand what they're saying. This has been a systemic problem.
But there's a problem with our system of justice. Should anything change? Could anything change? Or is this our system working appropriately?
I think the protests, they want to shed light on the issues. They want to shed light on the fact that, police officers have...
But they're looking for change.
They are looking for change.
What's the change?
Well, first of all, I want to make sure that we know they're not trying to change this verdict or this outcome, because I think most of us agree there was a jury that decided and compromised.
No. They said 10 years. Justice was taken from those folks today. That's the way a lot of them felt.
But they know, the organizers know, they're not going to change this verdict. That is the verdict. What they're going to do is bring more awareness. The next time there's a jury deciding, they should say, hey, let's make sure we think about it seriously. Is it different because it's a white person or black? Is it different because it's a brown person? They're going to raise awareness, and that's how you get.
And I think let me ask this: is the system working here? Well, I think the system works here exactly for that reason, that we had a jury that came to this conclusion, the same day out. Could anything be altered or changed to bring the sense of justice that these folks are looking for, or is this is it?
If Texas is tired of these verdicts, they need to change the law. They need to have the judge decide the verdicts. I mean, or the sentencing, that's as simply as it's going to get, because here you're going to have a jury made up of a number of people who are going to have sympathy. They're not jaded. They don't see these cases in and out. So they're going to have more of a sympathetic approach to the cases, whereas a judge will decide it based on rigid guidelines and decide it without the bias.
Protesters talking about what happened inside the courtroom and what is happening in the streets across Dallas tonight.
They covered it up. We are out here because there's so many lives that didn't get that day of justice, that never made it, because so many people live a life like policing is right.
It's just been the most terrible time for me.
Like if I could just continue our last conversation, and just not let him hang up the phone.
I was not racist, but damn. Outgoing message. Not racist, but just have a different way of working, and it shows.
To see him again. And I want to see him. I still want to see him.
Anyone who ever met him, he was the brightest light in the room.
What an emotional day inside the courtroom. And oftentimes we talk about trials and we talk about what happens there, and we say it's about the facts and it's about the law. Not exactly. That third element is important. And I believe it's important a lot of times because you need the emotion to get to the truth. With the professor, Randy Kessler, are you comfortable with emotion inside a courtroom.
Now caused the death of Botham Jean while under the immediate influence of sudden passion arising from inadequate cause, and assessed the defendant's punishment at 10 years imprisonment in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice.
Behind you, the first question for you, Chanley, is what's happening outside the courthouse right now?
Well, people of all ethnicities and backgrounds are gathering out front of the Frank Crawley Court Building on the heels of Amber Guyger's sentence. The same courthouse she was taken into custody that Botham Jean's family left just hours ago. People are honoring his memory, but also asking the city of Dallas to make some changes, particularly with the Dallas Police Department. We're on our third speaker right now. There's several, a dozen of people here, but I want to bring in one protester. This is Mr. Ruffin, and you are here for a special reason. Tell us why.
I'm here for one thing. When I saw the trial and as in its totality, we were here when it first happened, and we was outside the police headquarters, and that was a year ago. And then to see how things have progressed from then to now, we seeing that there's still no change going on here in Dallas, and things are not being taken seriously.